In times of hardship such as these, it is important to remember the good things in life. Murder, mayhem, and malicious intent.
Is Chucky still the same doll we love? Chucky Season 3 is almost done, and we have some stuff to talk about. As a die-hard Chucky fan since the very first Child's Play, we've been on the edge of our seat with each episode. But this season has been something else entirely. So, about Season 3 of the Chucky TV series. Personally, we don't think we need a Season 4. Hear me out. Seasons 1 and 2 were great, especially Season 1. It was a solid start. We're fans of the characters, especially Jake, Dion, and Lexi. Even in Season 2, we were unsure where they were headed with the characters. But putting them in a Catholic school full of murder and mayhem? Genius move. We enjoyed getting some backstory in Season 3. The way they wrapped up Andy and Kyle's storyline from Season 2 was spot on. And now with Season 3, they're taking Chucky to the White House to meet the president. You're probably here because you're curious why we think there shouldn't be a Season 4 of Chucky. Let's take a step back and think about it. But honestly, we feel like the writing in Season 3 hasn't been as good as Seasons 1 and 2. We just feel like the writers are throwing too many ideas at the screen, you know? It's like they're thinking, well, this might be the last season, so let's just throw everything in there. Don't get us wrong, there have been some creative kills and all. You know, when we think about it, anyone who hasn't seen Chucky before would probably watch this one scene and just think, wow, Chucky's dumb. It's the part where Chucky goes to see the witch doctor to find out why he's aging and all that stuff. And the doctor literally handcuffs Chucky's little doll hands. That moment right there was like thinking, we're just jumping the shark here. We mean, weird ideas like that make it feel like we're going off the rails. Like, Chucky going to the White House is already nuts, but now he's aging. So in the last episode, he turned to dust, kind of like Thanos. And now he's a ghost haunting the White House. It's all about spirits and stuff. So now the White House is this weird barrier between the living and the dead, like a purgatory. And guess what? Chucky made a deal with Dumbala to give him one more chance. But there's a catch. He has to pull off the craziest kill he can as a ghost. It's like the writers are throwing around these crazy ideas in the writing room. Someone was like, you know what? Chucky's gonna become a ghost and talk to Dumbala. Another reason we feel like Season 4 shouldn't happen is because we don't know what the season finale will be like, so it's all speculation. But based on history, we feel like there are so many things we need to wrap up in the finale that we might not need a Season 4. One of the main things is Caroline. Where is she? The background plot of this whole season is pretty confusing. The first half of Season 3 feels totally different from the second half. You wouldn't even remember Caroline if it wasn't for Lexi always talking about finding her. Caroline is barely even in the season. We mentioned earlier that the first part of Season 3 feels disconnected from the last 4 episodes. It's like they're from different seasons altogether. When you watch Season 3 straight through, you might feel like Episode 4 wraps things up, but then Episode 5 feels like a whole new start. It's a bit of a bait and switch. That's one reason why we don't think we need a Season 4. We feel like our main crew, Jake, Devin, Lexi, and now even Rodri from DeWoop, has reached their limit. It's just like Andy and Kyle got their wrap-up, let's give them closure too. Now Jake's off to the spirit world with a time limit. It's like, let's give them their moment and not stretch it out further. Dom Mancini, the guy who made Chucky, just talked about what's coming next for the scary doll and the main group of brave teens. In Chucky Season 3, they spice things up by making the White House the main place where the action goes down. Things got really intense because the President of the United States was involved, and you can bet there were some serious consequences. As for what's next for Chucky after that big Season 3 finale, well, nobody knows for sure. But hey, this little doll has dodged death plenty of times before. So who knows what tricks he has up his sleeve to survive this time. The Chucky show had 3 seasons, and each one had different cool stories. In the first season, it was all about a bunch of killings in a small town called Hackensack. Then, in the second season, they mixed in some stuff about religion and voodoo with Chucky. And the third season got all political with some spooky bits about ghosts in the White House. It just shows there are tons of ways they can keep the story going. If there's a Season 4, things could get even wilder. They could take Chucky to space, having him time travel, or send him off to another country to do his killing. Going to another country might make the most sense because it would let him do his thing without bumping into the main characters too much. We don't know yet who will be in Season 4 of Chucky. It's hard to guess until this season ends because some characters might kick the bucket, but the main crew will probably stay the same. So expect Brad Dourif as Chucky. Zachary Arthur as Jake Wheeler, Björgvin Arnarsson as Devin Evans, and Olivia Allen Lind as Lexi Cross to likely make a comeback. The side characters in the Chucky show might change more often, but we could still see Jennifer Tilly as Tiffany, Chucky's partner in crime. She's been part of the scary doll world for a long time, just like Brad Dourif. Also, Devin Sawa might come back too, even though he's died in every season. He always pops up as someone new. So, in simple terms, Season 3 of Chucky got split into two because of some strikes in 2023. They aired the first 4 episodes in October 2023, and then the rest started on April 10th. The new trailer shows Chucky looking really different. He's old, wrinkled, and looks like he's about to kick the bucket.
Those 3 brats are gonna be coming for me.
And he somehow ended up in the White House. Last time we saw him, he was dealing with the fact that he might actually die, which is pretty weird for a doll possessed by a soul. So even after Chucky made a big sacrifice at the White House, the powerful Damballa didn't give him any help. Things are looking pretty gloomy for Chucky as the season goes on. But strangely, that's not good news for Jake, Devin, and Lexi. They actually need Chucky's help to find Lexi's sister, who's gone missing. Plus, Tiffany is still stuck on death row for all her crimes. So yeah, lots of lives are on the line as Season 3 wraps up. We're not sure yet if the series will keep going after Season 3, or if it'll pave the way for a new movie that Mancini's cooking up. But one thing's for sure, fans are still crazy about Chucky and his killing spree. So if there's a new movie, it's pretty likely fans will keep that twisted love affair going strong. So here's our take. We've been thinking a lot. And there are 2 ways this could go down. First, they might find a good Chucky, and someone might have to sacrifice themselves, hero stuff. Or it could get real sad if Jake bites the dust in the spirit world, and then it's like, let's get either good Chucky or Jake's spirit into the good guy doll. They teased that in the season finale, which would be cool, but honestly, we just want them to tie up the loose ends in Season 3. Alright, let's talk about Season 4. Personally, I don't think we need it. We've seen Chucky do a lot already. We've had Tiffany, and she'll probably break out again if there's a Season 4. And we heard something about a movie, which could be cool. It could fill in the gaps between seasons without messing up the storyline too much. But honestly, we feel like Chucky's done it all. He's even been to the White House. So what's next? Chucky on the moon? We gotta ask ourselves, what else can Chucky really do? So that's where we stand on whether Chucky should get a Season 4. Personally, we're leaning towards no, but hey, let's see what happens next week, right? We'll follow up with another video to let you know our final thoughts. If there is a Season 4, well, see you next year, we guess. Tell us what you think about Chucky Season 3 and what you hope for Season 4. We'll chat about it in the next video. And as always, don't forget to subscribe.